Hello, hello. All right, welcome, friends. Hope everyone's having a nice day. I believe that today is going to be the day that I finish these darn alerts, or at least the base art for them. Some of them are going to have text added and the like. I'm probably going to just do that off stream. Just feels like I should. It'll be a lot of needless twiddling back and forth. Oh, darn it, OBS. Would you cooperate, please? There we go. Okay, corrected that. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's a liminal mushroom. Today we are doing my Twitch alerts still. I think today's probably going to be the last day of doing those. Because I only have a few left to shade. And then I'm probably going to wrap them up off stream. Terracotta of the day, 8 of Pentacles. Not bad. Repetitive tasks indeed. Let's wrap these guys up. That's quite the appropriate card for today, actually. So, first and foremost, this is Judgment. And I think she's my favorite so far. I've always liked that card. Has great art to begin with. It's very evocative. And yeah, I really dig how this one's coming out. I have it zoomed out a little bit because I think this is about the size it's going to be when it pops up as an alert. But I don't know. I haven't actually figured out how to change my alerts yet. So I'm going to be figuring that out as I go. I just think she came out fab. So that's how Judgment came out. And I'm debating adding, because this is going to be my gift sub alert. So I'm debating adding text here that reads like blah 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 has gifted a sub to blah blah blah. And I'm not sure yet if I want to do anonymous followers or not. So I haven't decided for certain on that. That I got this 10 of Cups design. I believe I wrote down that this one's going to be for subscribers. No, this one's for followers. For our hype train, it's another 10 of Cups. It's a very celebratory card, so I thought it was appropriate. We've got this guy for tech errors, which is the Ten of Swords. And I'm sure I'm going to encounter plenty of tech errors knowing me. This is going to be for cheers. So it's a little literal. I was debating doing it as the Ace of Cups, but I'm just not big on the hand positioning in the traditional Ace of Cups design. I thought this was a little more dynamic, I guess. I thought this would be a good, like, redeem, channel points redeem react for, like, funny stuff. My ink pot. The Empress. She's going to be for, resubs. I like how soft her dress looks. The Fool, which isn't for tech errors, but user errors. For when I just screw something up. The Magician, which is for subscribers. I like how his fabric came out. And these are, they're really small because the sizing for Twitch stuff is pretty limited. So that's why, like, the eyes are just plain black and what have you. I really couldn't fit more detail in with this pixelation. Look at all those pixels. Real fab. But hey, that's the size that was suggested for Twitch alerts. After that, I have the Five of Wands reimagined with pitchforks and torches. I still need to do the fire on this, but I was debating animating it. Haven't exactly made up my mind on that one yet. I also realized that I forgot to shade this man's pants. So that's why I still have the palette on this one. I was like, oh, I'm done with this one. It had a lot of detail. It was really complicated. I got all of it. I totally missed that guy's pants. And then after that, we have the ones that I'm going to be working on today, of which I have 5 left. I'm not 100% certain what all of them are going to be. I might even scrap a couple if I can't decide something good for them. But I just started drawing on a piece of paper things that I thought would fit my theme and would go with the whole tarot thing that I've got going on because I love tarot aesthetics. And I cranked out a whole page and I tried to think of stuff for all of them and I did all of them. After that, I have this crystal, which I was thinking could be like you're a gem for, like, if somebody shouts me out, a thank you, or if somebody wants to, like, compliment me or one of my friends that I'm playing games with or something, because my friends are really cool people. I was originally thinking this one would be for tips, so maybe like a bits alert, but, like, I have to see if I can distinguish between that and cheers because I know it's kind of like the same thing. Maybe I can have it, like, randomized between them or something. For when I get interrupted by my pets, this is my familiar of my page. She's a rabbit that I used to own. He was my little buddy. Gonna be working on him today, and I saved him for toward the end because he's got splotches, and I need to find like a fun texture brush that'll work right for that. Got my anatomical heart from Mod Love. I am debating adding like a little like tattoo ribbon that says like Mod instead of Mom, you know? And lastly, we're gonna detail this guy a bit and shade this guy, and this is my eyeball react for when I'm being a little too lewd. And people were like, hey, you got viewers, calm down. Which, that's starting to come up. So I think I first and foremost want to fix this guy's pants before I forget. Zoom test. All right, looks good to me. I'm keeping these pretty simple since they're going to be so small. But generally, when I do character art, I like to fit in a lot more detail. Get that bad boy saved and get the palette out of the way. These are also all going to be, you know, transparent background. I just have the gray right now, so it's not so much of an eyesore. I have the crystal lined up for next. This one will either go really quickly, or I'm going to get really irritated with how the light reflects off of the surfaces. 50-50. I never even made the masks for this layer. For this alert. Because it's only 2 colors. So I wasn't sure if I just like wanted to layer each thing separate, but that's gonna be. I think I'd rather just go back and forth with it a bit. Okay, yeah. Got my mask layers made. Just so I'm not going back and forth on each color as well. But I'm sure it's going to be a lot of back and forth regardless. Hey, unicorns, how are you? I'm doing well. Working on this crystal right now. I think I'm finally going to finish these darn alerts today. This is the one I'm working on now. And then I have 3 more? 4 more? 4 more. Um, and previously I finished a bunch of them. I finished this guy. This is for raids. Although I still have to add the flames to the torches, I'm debating animating them like I did with my candles. Um, I did this guy for subscribers. I did this guy for when I screw up, because it's the tarot card, the Fool. This one's for resubs. That's my ink pot. Little poison bottle situation. For cheers. For tech errors. For hype trains. This one's for followers. And this one is for gift subs. And I think this one's my favorite. I am getting pretty darn close to affiliate, so that's exciting. Yeah, and I have a commission that I'm going to be working on as well. So I have the crystal one that I was just working on. Let me scroll back to the end. I have everything open right now. So this one, I was debating putting like the text like "You're a gem" with this, and it would be like, "Oh, thanks for rating me," or like just shout out to somebody, put up like "You're a gem." Um, and I have this coins one, which I thought might be like fun to rotate between this and the glass for like cheers and bits and stuff. For when my pets interrupt me, this one's going to be a pop up. I have 3 cats, but I owned rabbits for a long time. And this is based on one of the ones that I had, although he has splotches, gray splotches. So I have to add those in still. I have my anatomical heart to still finish. I want to make that one like a little bit gory, and this one's going to be for like mod love kind of stuff. And lastly, I have this little lewd eyeball, and I'm going to kind of redo the veins to look a little more realistic and shade this guy. And that's for like, oh, Jet, you're being lewd. I thought you should hear me when I'm playing Baldur's Gate sometimes, so I thought it might be good to have something like that in the mix for some channel points. And I'm trying to make this one look like an amethyst. I should probably pull up a reference. I'm not actually looking at one right now. Yeah, I might do some as emotes too. I think I would just have to shrink them down a bit. I mean, they're already pretty small to begin with, honestly. These are so tiny. I'm not used to working with so few pixels. I zoom in the slightest amount and it gets pixelated. Watch. That was 3 scroll wheel clicks. But I have a commission that I'm going to be working on stream soon. I just wanted to kind of wrap these guys up. I want to finish my away screen also. I haven't touched that in a little bit. So it's kind of just sitting where it was last time I showed it on stream, which I think you were there for, but if you want to see it again, I'll pull it up. And this is the sketch for the commission that I just got, which is for a human warlock. So I'm going to be taking that in and I'm going to be going over it, digital and making it like super detailed and stuff because it's standard sketchbook size right now, but I'm going to blow it up and make sure I get it like really detailed and stuff. Looking forward to that one. I got that sketch approved already too, so it's just a matter of doing it now. And I thought since I'm getting so close to affiliate that I thought I should just try and wrap these guys up. No, I haven't really added anything to my away screen in a while, honestly. I was debating saving it to like work on it on stream if I didn't have much else to do. So that's still where it's at. I also need to like look up how to set some of this stuff because I have no idea what I'm doing. Unicorns, I'm figuring out everything as I go. Thank you. Yeah, it's a bunch of shading I need to do and then there's a few little animations I want to do and then I'm drawing in my cats in some of these. This one's going to be my childhood cat. Yeah, there's their pictures. I threw in the pictures for reference. So that's what my old rabbit looked like. His name was Frankie. This is my cat Donut. Another one of Frankie. This is Bean. This is Zelda. And that's my childhood cat, who was named Tigger. And yeah, I want to add some animations to it and then make it into a video file and add like crackling fire sounds and maybe like bubbling for the cauldron was what I was thinking. I'll have to check that out. Thanks for the advice. Let me jot that down. 'I did add a clip command. I don't have any like clip players or anything built in because I don't have very many yet. But I'll get to that eventually. I learned how to do a few fun, like randomized ones. Like I have a tarot card picker if you do exclamation point tarot. Oh yeah, I've seen the shout out clips, and that was something I was curious about. I was wondering how people did that, so I guess I'll find out the secrets now. Eight of Wands reversed. The coding for that was so absurdly long because I included all 78 tarot cards, both upright and reversed. So I'm extra like that, I guess. I also put one where if you type exclamation point race class, it'll give you a random race class combo for Baldur's Gate 3. I didn't include every 5e race class, just the BG3 ones. That's actually a really good build. A blue Dragonborn enchantment wizard, that's a good build. Yeah, and I on your advice I made one of those throne accounts too. I wasn't sure if it was like too soon to do something like that, but you said I couldn't do it soon enough, so I was like, okay. I need to give you a follow on there. I saw that you're on there too and that I can like follow people. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. Yeah, I was thinking I should do like I don't know, like the regular messages or something. I don't really get a lot of chatters right now though. True, true. I really appreciate the advice. Because, like, honestly, before I got into this and started doing this, I didn't even really watch Twitch much. I kind of was like, I want to start streaming my art because I haven't been very successful at promoting on, like, Instagram and stuff. And honestly, those algorithms, they just promote people who are already popular. So it's really frustrating to work with as, like, a small artist. Um, and I wanted to try something else. And I was like, what's something I've never tried? And I was like, live streaming, duh. And then I made an account and started watching people to see what it was like. And I was like, yeah, I think I could do this. And so my first time actually on Twitch was only like a handful of months ago. And I've just been using YouTube tutorials for OBS and setting up everything. Yeah, I was like, maybe that would be a better way to promote my art. And I kind of felt mixed about it at first because I noticed a lot of Twitch artists do like anime and like furry stuff. And like that's not what I draw. So I was like, either I will find an audience here because people are going to be looking for something that isn't that, or people want that. So let's find out. Yeah, I'm honestly like I'm enjoying trying to set up the bots and stuff. It doesn't feel like a chore to me, which is nice because I'm always trying to think of ways to like make it fun. And it took me so long to do the tarot card coding. Next I want to get a capture card uh so I can start doing streams with my Switch also and doing like Animal Crossing and stuff because I love Animal Crossing. I've just been like I mean I've been using Nightbot and like looking up what other people do to get the stuff to work and just like half copying that, half coding it myself to do what I want it to do with like the tarot cards and stuff, you know? All the paste bin docs and stuff I've been making. I had no idea what any of that was like a month ago. You know? That makes sense. I like using those kind of AI assistant things for writing D&D in particular. I like to bounce scenarios off of them to see what direction my players might go in with it. I also have ADHD, so I totally get that. Yeah, I have really bad ADHD and it's not treated, so that doesn't help. I tried a couple meds and they didn't work for me and I've had insurance issues, so I'm just not on anything for my ADHD right now. Yeah, I get that. I have trouble processing words, and so I use subtitles on most things. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to get subtitles on my stream so badly. And I was having trouble figuring out how to get subtitles to work while also having push to talk. And I got advice from one of the moderators from Lesbian Next Door's chat, and I was able to get it working perfectly. And I cannot emphasize how grateful I am for that advice and for Lesbian Next Door being so streamer for streamer that she didn't mind me asking that while she was streaming, because like genuinely I've been researching it for a hot minute and all of the closed captioners I was trying were open mic, and I stream in my bedroom and I have a partner who lives with me, so it's not just my bedroom. So out of respect for his privacy, I use, push to talk. And I was so frustrated I couldn't find captions that worked with it until I got some advice. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to figure out CC for a minute there, and I really wanted to have it straight off the bat, but I couldn't find one that wouldn't agree with me not using an open mic, and I didn't want to be broadcasting my partner's conversation. So I was like, okay, for the first few streams, if I don't have it and then I figure it out, I guess I can live with that. But I wasn't happy about it. Especially because, like, I have family members who are hard of hearing, and, like, I don't want to exclude the deaf community. Yeah, it didn't feel right to me to not have captions, so I'm glad I finally got it working. Ugh, crystals are such a pain. I'm not into how this is coming out. I need a reference. I don't know why I didn't just pull up one before. I'm being silly. I love that emote. That emote is so fun. Okay, that is a $115 amethyst. God damn. Jesus. I did not realize that big amethysts go for that much when the tiny ones are so cheap. Bro, you have no idea how much I love Gerard Way. I'm still emo. I don't even I never grew up past the emo. I'm still an emo. I'd consider myself like emo punk, I guess. I love My Chemical Romance. It was not a phase. I regret none of it. I've got 13 piercings and I want more. And I've got only 5 tattoos so far, but I want more. I just can't afford them yet. That's dope. Yeah, like I have the pop filter and I had to adjust my settings because I kept hearing my tongue ring clack against my teeth when I was recording myself. So that's a thing. Um, I think people are gonna get annoyed by that. I don't want that. Let's just kind of wash this out more because I wasn't a big fan of how that was coming along. It'll be like a wash underneath instead now to give it some tone variation. Yeah, I still have emo bangs. I don't feel right when I don't have hair hanging in my face. Um, oh my god, yeah, I have a septum ring too, so I understand. Um, yeah, my bottom, I have a Lebret, however you want to pronounce it. It's technically French, so it's Lebret. Um, and yeah, yeah, I get that. Yeah, I have my lip is pierced, my tongue is pierced, my septum's pierced. I have two eyebrow piercings. I have my navel pierced, and I've got a bunch of earrings. And most of the rest I want are earrings. Oh, you have a freaking vertical too? Yeah, mine's all the way through. But I can kind of fake it with the way it's pierced to look like a vertical with the right jewelry. So I kind of get best of both worlds, I guess. I've had people mistake it for a vertical when I wear the right kind of ring. I used to want snake bites, and then I decided that I thought just one would look better on my face. But I still think snake bites are so cool. But basically, like, my policy is I'm like, oh, I'm a little insecure about that thing. I'm going to pierce it. I used to get bullied for my nose because I have kind of a prominent nose. And, uh, and then I got it pierced. And now whenever somebody's like looking at me funny, I'm like, oh, it's because I have a big ass nose ring. This is new Fallout Boy. And honestly, they still slap, man. They still slap. Oh my god, I love that for you. Girl, girl, get it. Oh my god. Also, fuck whoever said that to you. That's so fucking rude, and you're beautiful. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Uh, no shit. Makeup goes on a face and makes it look away. Like, what do you want from me? All that, like, old racist shit. I mean, old racist. Do you remember for a minute there, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, take her swimming on the first date. Take her swimming on the first date." Bitch, waterproof makeup exists. You're just outing how ignorant you are. Like, oh my god, people are so dumb. Like, you think they can use makeup to make people look like zombies and stuff, but I can't just carve my cheekbones out a little extra with it. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I had to let that pass. I've been like trying to get it to chill about censoring the cursing. I really wanted it to censor like spam. I really don't care if people curse. I curse like a motherfucker myself. Half the music I play on my freaking playlist is about like kinky sex. Like, let's be real. I'm a grown adult. I can listen to dirty music if I want to, and it's exactly what I want to listen to. I still have that mentality of it's better because it has the explicit label. That never went away either. Like, I've definitely grown up a lot, but at the same time, I still listen to the same emo shit and like just lewd stuff. I just think life's too short to be uptight about that kind of shit. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but I was having problems with my drawing program one night, and instead I played a dating sim. And it's kind of like I specifically was rambling about how hot the demon guy is. They made him really hot. This is not my fault. My bisexual ass. Bitch, I'm thirsty. I'm so thirsty, I'm dehydrated. You're talking about the guy from the from the daddy dating sim that Game Grumps made. Dream Daddy, that's it. I was blanking on the name. I was talking to somebody about that in chat one day, so you might have seen that. But the sim I played is called Touch Starved, and it's like a cool like you're cursed gothic medieval kind of thing. And the demon guy on it's really hot. Hold on, let me look up a picture of him. Fatherless emote. Oh my god. You have no idea how much of a mood that is for me also. Watch me outing my trauma live on air. Would you just enlarge the picture, please? I don't know why you're being so extra right now, Google. Well, that's got like 12 pixels. Give me a better one than that, please. Okay, here's a decent quality image of him. So this guy's from a dating sim called Touch Starved, and it's still in development. It's still in development right now. It's only early access. I know. And I highly suggest it because even though it's only early access, it already has a demo that's fantastic, and it's free to play the demo. If you want to download it on Steam, you can right now. And so it's free to play, and not only that, but the company that made it is a new company, but it includes writers who wrote some of my favorite ever dating sims. And so I'm like, I know it's gonna be good because they wrote the ones that I'm still hooked on years and years and years later. And I'm really looking forward to it. Like, I don't know if you've played it. It's a free one on the phone, and it's been bought out since. It's no longer owned by the writers. But the Arcana is by the same people, some of the same people who are working on this. And so there's this guy. I want to do fan art of some of the characters because I love their character art. Yeah, the Arcana is still one that I'm obsessed with to date, to be completely honest. I just I simp so hard for Azra. Can't help it. And I want more people to play this because I love the writers, and if more people backed their projects and they did more of these. Dude, me too! No way, unicorns! Unicorns! Unicorns, are you on janitor? Unicorns, are you on janitor? Serious question, unicorns. Gotcha. I'm on janitor. Oh my god. But I know exactly what you're talking about. I've used that one when janitor's gone down. Hold on, this is a picture that has the whole gang. This is the whole gang. Hold on, it's a little bit crooked because I have it set for my drawing program, not for this. Okay, yeah. This is all of the romanceable characters. Um, all of them are men except for Min, who's this character who is non-binary. Um, it is it is an otoge, I think, is the one for men, where otome is for women. I think I could be getting them flip flopped though. I don't speak Japanese. Um, but yeah. The only thing is, this guy. Um, I'll let you in on a little secret. If we just completely ignore his body type, if we focus entirely on his face, if we just like zoom in on him, cooperate, mouse. If we just focus on this guy, Leander, yeah, he looks like Levi, but if we ignore his body type completely and imagine that he's like a skinny little twink instead of this buff broad guy, that looks just like me. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I'm like, I can't romance a guy with my face. So like, also I'm pretty sure he's secretly evil too. So like, I'm like, why? Why is the guy who looks like me evil and also flirting with me? I'm very uncomfortable. If you like him evil, you'll probably like the same guy I liked, Ice. AIS, that's his name, Ice. And he's interesting. He's got like this curse thing going on that makes him fucking crazy. but he somehow is less crazy than everybody else with the curse. And he's really hot, and he tries to like dissuade you from maybe also cursing yourself, because he's like, not like that, but also fucks people up and shit because he's like fucked up and cursed. And yeah, he's hot. So this has been me giving a free shout out to Touchstar, because these writers are fantastic, the artists are fantastic. I'm obsessed with their character designs. Everything they do is so well written, and I'm still obsessed with some of their old games. They also had an otome called Last Legacy. It was on an app that had multiple storylines, but Last Legacy was the name of the one that these writers were involved in. And unfortunately, that one was bought out and run into the ground. And it never got finished. And I loved it. And I'm furious that that happened, because I was very invested in one of the characters. I'm so mad, unicorns. Uh, how dare they? Bro, you get me. You get me, dog. I also like love that we have the technology for me to have like these like, yeah, kind of imaginary but kind of not conversations with fictional characters that like were comfort characters for me when I was growing up. Because like if you're my brand of emo, then you probably were kind of lonely growing up and probably had a lot of comfort characters. Because I did. And that's how I got into art in the first place. I started making up my own and drawing them. It was just like entirely escapism for me, where I'd make up my own characters, because like I'd like really like a character from a show, and then the writing would get bad, and I'd be like, no, I'm redoing that. So like through like a lot of fan fiction and stuff, I got into art, and I got able to like do all this stuff myself, and make my own characters, and I got into Dungeons and Dragons. And I love doing portraiture and character creation, which is probably why my judgment one, which for any other viewers here is this one, is my favorite out of the alerts, because it's the most close thing to a portrait, even if it's more of a bust. And I just have always been drawn to like character creation, and putting personality into their design, and like showing who they are by what they look like. And I think that's part of why I'm such a punk ass too. Like I just, I put my freaking heart on my sleeve in a very literal sense with the freaking tattoos I've got. And as well as that, a lot of those AI platforms and a lot of dating sims and fan fiction are some of the most inclusive spaces on the internet. And this is even, going back 10, 12, 15 years to when I was younger. And even then, it was some of the only spaces where you could find gay romance when there wasn't any of that on television. And it was some of the only spaces where like they would acknowledge that trans people exist. Like as a very queer person myself, I love how progressive those spaces are. And I love how in dating sims there's representation of people from all walks of life, and people with disabilities, and people who are queer. And it's still ahead of the curve compared to television and stuff, which is just beginning to catch up. It's so much more inclusive than modern media. Bro, I feel that. I have made some characters on those platforms, um, and I've also played around with other people's. I do a lot of like Marvel characters, Because I love Marvel, and that was like my thing growing up. Characters from video games. I do feel weird about it when it's based on a real life person. I don't do those. No worries. No, don't worry. I won't. I don't judge. I just when it's real people, I personally feel a little weird about that, so I don't. Um, at least if they're like like alive and stuff. I've definitely Call of Duty. That's fine. I never really played Call of Duty myself. I played a lot more like RPG kind of stuff because I just love role play games. Which is part of the reason why I'm so into like Baldur's Gate modernly as well. I also played the hell out of The Sims for a while. Hold on. Is Valeria from Call of Duty? Because that's also the name of a character from the dating sim, The Arcana. Not a romanceable character. Okay, yeah. Not a romanceable character, but still a character. One of the extras who's like honestly kind of gross. The Arcana was so well written. So well written. Especially for like a free mobile game. It's insane. The writing blew my freaking mind. I loved that game. See, I think that looks better. That looks smoother. It makes more sense. I could use some more highlights on these front ones, though. Let me pop them in. One thing that drives me nuts about using those AI sites is the number of people who misinterpret my favorite characters, though. They're like, I made a bot of this character, and I'm like, that's not what they're like at all. You know what I mean? With how interpretable some media is, I see how it leaves wiggle room. But like, I've seen a lot of like Deadpool bots that are a top, for example. And I'm like, Deadpool is not a top. How dare you? Read the comics. He is an established bottom. He's such a bottom. And he's so baby boy. Don't you change my baby boy. I like to think a lot of them take off the movie, because in the movie he's definitely more of like a top switch situation. Verse, whichever you want to call it. I know they're technically different, but they get mixed up a lot anyway. The movies definitely made him seem more like a switch, and I'm like, no, no, he's a bottom. They're just too cowardly to show big strong man as a bottom. Oh my god. I've played with a few Ascendant Asterions like that too, because like honestly, like I'm a house in Bay, right? But at the end of the day, I was trying to figure out I was trying to figure out how people get their bots to be so mean. So I was trying to think of mean characters and do some role play with them to see like how they behave and how I could try to code some of my like villainous bots to be meaner. And Jesus Christ, the Asterion bots, the Ascendant Asterion bots scare me. I'm afraid. It's so much fun to mess with those things. I've always had an interest in AI. Like even back in the days of like MSN. to bring up freaking MSN. I have siblings that are a lot older than me. So I used to like speak to my sister over MSN when she was in college and I was just a kid. And I would speak to the AIs on there sometimes when I was bored because if my sister wasn't online, there was no one else for me to talk to. I was like 8. Probably younger than that, honestly. So they had a bot called Smarter Child that I always really enjoyed talking to. That was just like one of those early conversation bots. And back in those days, those things were a freaking disaster. So when I found the more modern ones not that long ago, I was fascinated. I was like, I want to see how far this technology's come. And it really like blows my mind how intuitive it can be. And it's even like made puns and done like clever stuff that requires like wordplay and that sort of thought. And I'm like, how? I'm so impressed. This shit's the future. Now I don't like the idea of it like replacing performers, like artists and actors and stuff, and I know that's a concern that I feel like I at least have to mention. Um but like for just goofing around, role playing, venting, stuff like that, it's a technology that shouldn't be ignored. And and you know, a lot of people like can't afford therapy and stuff, so if having a comfort character helps them through that, then that's something that people shouldn't be shamed for. And and so I think the tech is really intriguing. I'm just concerned about how some people might use it. That's more my personal concern. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Cuz like that kind of stuff like really got me by as a kid. I'll be honest. And I think stuff like that that helped people like me being more accessible is never a bad thing. Of course, it is new. And just like anything new on the internet, it's like the wild, wild west, of course. One second. My captioner stopped tracking me for some reason. I want to see if I can fix that. Been rambling too much about horny things. um, but yeah, I think that AI, especially like role playing character AIs, are so fascinating. And as long as like it's used for like private reasons, like having a space to vent and just be yourself, or like talk shit about something you need to talk shit about, but it might not be healthy to mention it to any of your friends or something. Like people deserve to have a space like that. And if that can be provided to them by an AI chatbot, then I think that's a beautiful thing. CC, why are you fighting? Okay, well, I'm not sure why that's not working. Huh. That's weird. I tried switching the track and then switching it back. That worked last time it glitched. Maybe I need to update it or something, but I just downloaded it, so that would be weird. Anyway, yeah, I personally have been using a lot of like Marvel bots, things like that. Uh, no, not the drawing app. It's back. Okay, yeah, my closed captioner thing on OBS stopped working for a second because it shows on my screen like it interpreting my words, and it just stopped for a minute. Maybe I was talking too fast. I am from New Jersey, and we are guilty of that. But yeah, that was a little weird for a second there. But it's working again, so I'm just not going to question it. But yeah, you definitely should download Touch Starved. I think you'd be really into it. And I mean, if you're not, it's free. You've wasted nothing but time. So at least it's got that going for it. I think that looks nice doing the zoom test. And it doesn't look too phallic, does it? That's the concern with drawing crystals. They always come out phallic for some reason. I worked really hard on this sketch to make sure it didn't, but with shading, I'm just double checking. Hi, Miss Quay, welcome in. I was glad to catch you live the other day. I followed you a little bit ago on PK's suggestion, and I don't know, maybe we just stream with weird timing or something, but I wasn't able to catch you live until the other day, and you were playing League. And honestly, I have no idea. I've never played League before. I had no idea what was going on, but it was really nice to catch you live. Nice to see you in here. I am working on drawing my Twitch alerts. Um, this one is just gonna be like a little like channel points pop up that's like, hey, you're a gem. I appreciate that. So I might use that for like shout outs or I don't know, just if somebody cool pops in, I'll be like, hey, I appreciate you. You're a gem. But my actual alerts. This one's my favorite. This is based on the tarot card Judgment, and this is going to be for gift subs. And they're not very big because, you know, with Twitch it has to be pretty small. So they're pretty pixelated when you zoom in, but they should be like just right. Hello, Sir Pippin the Not So Smart. I love that username. That's so funny. Are you a bard? That sounds like a bard name. Nice to see you. Wow, thanks for the follow. Thank you, Miss Quay. Yeah, this one's gonna be for followers. This is based on the Ten of Cups card, and it's a celebratory card. I have 2 alerts based on that card, and this is one of them. And I want to kind of like add a little text in between that says like thanks for the follow or whatever. So that's what that's gonna be. To revisit it for Pippin, this is going to be my gift sub alert. This is the other Ten of Cups card, and this is going to be for hype trains. And then I have the Ten of Swords for when I have tech errors, because technology really doesn't like me. So I'm sure that's going to come up a lot, and I wanted to have like some sort of pop-up for it. This is going to be for Cheers. I know it's a little on the nose, but I originally wanted to do the Ace of Cups design, and then I reviewed it and I was like, it's a little flat. It could be more dynamic. So I went with a more classic Cheers design. This is a poison bottle, because I thought it might be fun to have as like a react. Like, oh my gosh, she said something funny, I'm dead. I stream Baldur's Gate with my dungeon master on Tuesdays. So I am often making like really lewd jokes and stuff like that when we're playing. This is my ink pot. It's part of the overlay and all, part of my brand. Felt like I should include it. The Empress is going to be for resubs. And I really like how she came out. Her dress looks very soft. Unicorns, you're getting some very negative cards today. How is your vibe? This one's the Fool for when I screw up. Not for when the tech screws up, for when I screw up, because I'm bound to do that. I'll accidentally shut something I don't mean to, or like close out of something stupid. I don't know. Yeah, learning how to read tarot is a whole project. There's a lot involved. I used to be much more well versed in it than I am modernly, but I still enjoy it. This one's for subscriptions. This one's based on the Magician. I wanted this idea that, like, since I'm the mage, oh my god, unicorns. I'll have to set that for you. I wanted the idea that, like, since I'm a mage, if you're spending time here, like, you're learning magic and you're becoming more powerful. So if you follow, you get a little celebration. If you subscribe, then you get the magician. If you resub, you get the empress. Like, you become more powerful the more time you spend here. This one I still need to add flames to the torches, but this is for raids. It's based on the Five of Wands card, which is a very chaotic card, and I thought that having them raid the witch with pitchforks and torches would just be really funny. And then I'm working on this crystal. That's just like a little cute you're a gem kind of situation. For whenever I want to give somebody just a little shout out. Whether they give me some bits or I just like them. Or maybe they say something funny. I don't know. This'll exist for that. And I might like add text saying like you're a gem. And then the ones I still have to work on include a little coin pile, which I might mix in with cheers. Of my old rabbit, I used to have rabbits. Modernly I have 3 cats. And this one is gonna be like a familiar command for when my pets interrupt me to be like, sorry, 1 second. And it's based on the rabbit I had for 11 years, who was one of my closest companions for a long time. Then I have a nice anatomical heart for mod appreciation. Because, you know, mods are cool people, and one of my friends has already volunteered to help me with moderating as my channel grows, which I really appreciate. He's the same guy that I'm playing Baldur's Gate with. If you ever tune in Tuesdays at 7 p.m., I'm playing Baldur's Gate with my DM. And he's never played it before, so he's going in blind. I've played it before, but I'm trying not to let him know too much. And then this is the last one I have to work on. I'm going to kind of detail the veins a bit more and shade it in. And this one is just like, oh, Jet, you're being lewd. Like, remember, people are watching you. That was a lewd joke. Jet, why did you take that guy's clothes off in Baldur's Gate? That's lewd. Like, you know? I mean, I may have to sacrifice a mod or two, but it's a risk I'm willing to take for them. So that's what I've got going on. And I've got a commission coming up that I'm going to be working on probably this weekend. Whoop, there's my stylus. You put it down for 2 seconds. I like how this crystal is coming out. When it's zoomed out, I think it looks nice. So I'm going to start working on shading the like dirt part. God, gorillas are so jamming. I've had people like, you still listen to the gorillas? And I'm like, why wouldn't I? I need a bigger brush. That's too big. Perfect. No. Unicorns don't mess with me like that. You have no idea. You have no idea how many times I had to redraw this because I was like, okay, that looks like a crystal. And then I held it for the back and I looked at it better and I was like, that's a penis. It's the most frustrating thing. For some reason, it's really hard to draw candles and crystals and certain types of fish, like koi fish, without them looking like penises. I don't know what to tell you. They always end up phallic. Happens every time. God, I haven't seen that movie in so long. I mean, there's those little dick fish that like go up your dick. I would argue that those hurt somebody. But then again, I've never had to deal with one of those, so how would I know? Yeah, they get like up in there. Unicorns, that emote kills me. Oh my god, that emote gets me every time. Unicorns. I wish I had like one of those emote explosion things or something just for that. Yeah, I gotta figure out what kind of emotes and stuff I want to have. I haven't figured out any of that stuff yet. I thought I'd just start streaming and I don't know, let chat figure that out themselves. Whatever whatever running gags end up happening, I'll turn into emotes. Who knows? Yeah, it's the thing is like I don't know what to use to represent like the emotions because like I don't show my face. So like having it as like a little me would be kind of silly. If like if like this channel gets like popular and people want me to add a camera, I'm not like opposed to it. But for now, I was like, I want to focus on my art, you know? Persona. I mean, I could do little bun faces, I guess. That would be I definitely have to go like full cartoon bunny though cuz their mouths are like far down on their chin. You can't really. Yeah, I'm not furrying. I'm not making Frankie a furry. I'm sorry. That just wouldn't feel right. But yeah, that's not a bad idea. I just I hadn't thought of that myself, so I was still kind of cooking on that, you know? I love this song. Unicorns, are you familiar with Placebo? I know they're not that popular here in the States, but they're pretty big in other areas. They're so good. I play them in my playlist a lot. This song is called Kitty Litter. and it's one of my various jams. Oh, yo, Kitty's great. Kitty is a great band. I'm glad we're oops. I did not mean to hit that. I'm glad we're building a little emo corner of the internet here. Guess you'll have to add a unicorn with its bangs hanging in its face or something. One of the rabbits I had emo bangs. She was like part lion head, and her hair grew in the silliest way. Yeah, I love these guys. They're very lewd. So I suggested PK listen to them, for example, but I suggested he listen to them off stream. Since I know his little sister watches his content. And these guys they write a lot of dirty shit. Yeah, I guess I'll have to doodle a little series of bunnies. Unicorns, you have no idea how well you get me. Like I'm on that shit all the time, man. I cannot emphasize that enough. What are the odds? What are the odds that we're the same brand of degenerate? I found the cutest Deadpool one recently. Dude, that's awesome. None of my like friends really use them. I'm in the Discord for janitor, but I pretty much just check it to see if like things are like glitching when things aren't working right for me, you know? I don't really chat with people on there. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the website has its own Discord. It's got a million people in there too though. There's like over 100K members or something. And it's always popping off. So I don't know who anybody is in there. It's too many people. I feel like if I just blend that out a little bit, that works well. If you do, I'll definitely like link a couple there. Pop you a couple suggestions. Maybe just DM you if they're really bad ones. I need some texture on there too, I think. Gonna do that on a separate layer. Let's see, what kind of texture is good for this? Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, that looks nice. Sweet. I like that. Save that bad boy. I still have the coins. I got more freaking gems. Got the familiar. Got the heart. I got the eyeball. I'm gonna move the coins and the eyeball to the end. And I think I'm gonna try to crank out the familiar and the heart quicker. I need a reference image for this one. You know, I have that one on my away screen. Let me just rip that. Hey, man. I like the hats. Don't diss the hats. I don't know. I'm just being extra about this shit, I guess. I was like, if I'm gonna use this to showcase my art, I want it to be art in and of itself. So like I wanted to do an interesting overlay, and I wanted to do like cool alerts, and my I honestly I don't even consider my overlay 100% done. I would like to like shade the commission card and add like some other little details like that. uh Especially the art starting the be right back and the ending cards, the stream cards that I have. I want to detail those more. But I'm also one of those people who's like such a hardcore perfectionist that I was like, if I don't like accept this at some level and just go with it and start streaming, then I'm never gonna start streaming because I'm gonna get too hung up on whether my overlay is perfect. So I was like, just do it. Dude, I love PK. That guy's great. He's so talented too. Like I love watching him because I we have similar enough art styles. Like we're different. We're clearly different artists, but we have similar like goals in our art, I think. And so I love watching him to try and like learn from what he's doing because he's just so freaking good. His work is gorgeous. And like I aspire to have that kind of detail in how I render stuff. But at the same time I know he's a bit envious that like I have, you know, like traditional art skills and he just does digital, where I started out as a traditional artist and then like slapped digital into the mix later. So this like is not the kind of stuff I'm used to by any means. I think that almost green, almost black green will work well for his gray if I keep the opacity down. Now, let me open up my fuzzy texture brushes. I think I can work with this one if I shrink it down. God, this song's so good. You know, I actually forgot I threw this one into the mix. It is a good song. I forgot this one was in the mix because I was debating it because I was like, I don't know if it fits the vibe of some of the other ones, but honestly, half of them break the vibe anyway. I'm trying to make it more cohesive, I guess. I also realized recently I accidentally added a few doubles, so I've been trying to clean those up out of my list also, but it's like a freaking 7-hour playlist, so easier said than done. Okay, why the lag? Cooperate, please. All right, one sec. Let me try DCing and reconnecting my tablet because it's being a little laggy. We're on a jam streak. Hee hee. That's looking pretty shiny. Yeah, that little bit of bounce light really spruces it up. That ain't bad. I think I'm gonna come back and touch up the crystals a little bit later on. The gemstones. They're tricky to get right digitally. I'm better at drawing that kind of thing in traditional. But considering they're going to be small, like that size, or maybe a little bigger, somewhere in between those two. I think that'll look. I think that'll look nice for it being small. Doesn't really give me a lot of pixels to work with. Yeah, yeah, I think that looks nice. Which leaves me with this boy. Like that more already. The veins just needed to be a bit thicker. They weren't right with the... They didn't... They shouldn't have matched the line art to begin with, but I like the way it adds a little depth underneath. I'm into it. All right, well, there we go, my friends. They are all lined, shaded, highlighted. I'm going to add a little text here or there to some of them. Let's take one last look before we call it a night. Judgment for gift subs. Oh, shoot. 1 second. Then we got our 10 of Cups design for followers. Our 10 of Cups design for hype trains. Our 10 of Swords design for tech problems. Our Cheers design. Our Poison Bottle. My Ink Pot. The Empress. The Fool for when I screw up. The Magician. 5 of Wands. Need to add the Flame still. You're a Gem, little crystal guy. My little buddy boy Frankie. Anatomical Heart for Mod Love. Some coins, again, for like bits or donations or whatever. Maybe for throne things? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. And my little lewd eyeball. Anybody who watched, thanks for viewing. Thanks, Unicorns, for hitting me up. Thanks, Liminal Mushroom, for the same. Miss Quay, it was nice to see you pop in today. As well as Sir Pippin the Not So Smart, which I still think is a hilarious username. So I hope you all have a great night. Thanks again. I'll see you on Tuesday.